Student dependent visa. When you're bringing your partner to Australia, when you yourself are on a student visa. It's not always the case that student dependent visa will get granted. Majority of the times I've had clients contact me once their student dependent visa gets refused. And the thing about student visa in general, whether it's student or student dependent visa, is that once it gets refused, and majority of the times it gets refused on the genuine intention of the student or their partner, it's a vicious circle. No matter how many times you try, it keeps on getting refused. You might have to try 4 to 5 times for your partner's dependent visa. And who's got time and money and energy to do that? So you need to apply for your partner's dependent visa in a perfect way the first time around so that it gets granted straight away. So I'm going to talk about 3 things that you could do to improve your chances of your partner's dependent visa. First thing is couple insurance. It's not in policy, it's not in law for you to do a couple insurance when you're lodging your partner's dependent visa. However, I've seen that in my years of practice that if a couple lodges a student dependent visa with a single couple insurance, like the student is on their own insurance and the partner is again on a new single insurance, I've seen refusals. They do not base the refusal on the insurance. They always put it on the genuine intention, but I've seen it being refused. Therefore, my advice is do couple insurance. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, but that's what I've seen and that's my experience. If your partner is already in Australia and if you're doing a dependent visa, then sure, go ahead, do a single insurance for both of you, because even if the visa gets refused, they will have a review right and you can go to ART and at least you're not separated. But if your partner is overseas, trust me, couple insurance has always helped for our clients. Second and most important tip, financials. Keep your financials as strong as you did when you initially applied for your student visa. Meaning this time around, you have to show the exact same financials, plus you got to add the living cost of your partner. So basically, you got to show finances that covers your living cost as a student for 12 months at least. But if your visa itself is less than 12 months, then just prorata it. So your full living cost of 12 months, your partner's living cost of 12 months. And remember, you also need to add your study cost. So if your study has 10 months remaining and the fees, you add it up. If your study has 2 years remaining, add the 2 years worth of fees into the financial that you need to show. So all of your study cost basically, and your partner's living cost for 12 months, or if you have less than 12 months of visa, then just prorata it. But make sure the financials are very strong. Make sure you show lots of finances. And last but not the least, asset and or income of your partner as well. If your partner has a good income overseas, then definitely go ahead and show that as well. But asset, my friend, is your friend, because if you show asset, especially when we're talking about student dependent, we are generally talking about young people, right? So young people, they don't really have an asset overseas. So what you could do is, if the partner's parent have asset, if your parent have asset, or the grandparents have any property, make sure you do a property valuation under your partner's name if possible, and show that as a immovable asset.